What the new meta is on, and I said this to him. I said the new meta right now on YouTube is I'd rather hear Destiny and some other discuss. So he probably said, bro, I gotta make a change. I have zero problem with what Adam did business-wise. You got to understand that part. I only have a problem with how he deals with people. Destiny got a whole situation. You gotta go find the young Sneakos. You gotta go find the young Destinies. They exist. They're on streams.
See.
And by the way, I hope everybody, whether you stay with the brand or not, even Sharp, like I hope everybody lands on their feet because, this content game is super hard, but I also know it is hard, like managing talent and I remember texting AD about this. I was just like, there's just so much going on.
I feel like Ak is so much more reasonable than like he has any right to be. He just because like sometimes I see his persona and like the shit he gets involved. I'm like, God, this guy's crazy. And then other times he's talking, I'm like, he's like actually really reasonable. Like most of the time, he's like this very interesting dichotomy of like. I remember the biggest thing was I think I made a comment. There was that thing where it looked like he was just like abusing a woman in the lobby of that hotel. I was like, oh my God, like this looks so bad. And then the full story came out. I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? Actually, it actually recontextualized it a lot. Oh damn. Okay, he's not just insecure. He's actually like a piece of shit human being. Oh my God.
So now the video is a little more clear.
Oh, interesting. So there's more. Okay, so the reframing changes it quite a bit. Okay. Shit. Why did he maul at the girl? Well, it sounds like the explanation is he's with I don't know what a nice way to say this is. He's with a crazy shorty, okay, who has probably more jealousy problems than she should with a guy like DJ Ak, because these red pill dudes are all on that one-way open relationship bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Although it sounds like he wasn't even necessarily around, but it sounds like she's real jealous. She went to the bathroom, stepped out, saw him taking pics with other girls that are probably being flirty, and she lost her mind and started like trying to attack people. That sounds like what happened.
So just to be clear, some people say he was hitting women or whatever. That's not what happened. That was his girl apparently. And
oh, that's good. Oh, okay. Whew. Nice. I thought Abba was about to make a big L. Okay, he got the context too. Nice job. And I was expecting him to go crazy on people that would have like said anything. And I don't know if he was referring to me directly or somebody else, but he was like, oh yeah, like I saw the footage and like, yeah, it definitely looked bad. And I'm surprised he didn't like lose his shit on everybody involved with that. I don't know. I feel like for the most part, he's very on and off. Yeah, I don't know. He seems, maybe he's like been around the block a few times, so he's not like new to shit. He's not like a dumb, but he seems like pretty smart. We'll watch this one video, but like that's it.
Adam, by both of his channels, probably get about like 30 to 40 million views a month, right? When you extrapolate what the AdSense is gonna pay for that, also you got to add to the fact, like I'm thinking on a business sense, right? Because I understand what bills are. Bro, he bought a $5 million building. He's
Damn.
white, so he ain't on. He probably definitely can afford to do what I do, like just pay it cash. But he probably did, who knows, $300,000 down, and he probably has like a hefty bill that he has to pay in terms of a mortgage. You get what I mean? So you got to pay all these hosts. You got to pay a mortgage. You got to pay people behind the camera. You got to pay security. You got to pay this. You got to pay that. Bro, his bills is probably wild, bro. It's probably not supported by what is being brought in by that channel. Now, in first inception, and this is why I think people are forgetting the whole story. The nigga literally said, there was a time, I know this as a fact, because I'm on YouTube now. Like I could tell you right now, I've been live for right now, I've been live on YouTube at this point. How long this stream been? This stream been 5 hours. YouTube ain't paying shit for the live stream. I haven't made $100. That's a fact. That's just what it is. So what I'm trying to say is that
I will say that for more business savvy or for certain types of content, being able to milk super chats is really good if you can do it, because there have been some people on YouTube that have been disgustingly successful doing it. I think Rakita Law, a couple of law channels I think were really good. Fresh and Fit are very good at doing it. Pearly was okay, but integrating super chats into whatever show you're doing on YouTube needs to be a really important part of like success for making money on live streams. Otherwise, Big Ak is actually right. You don't really make anything on live streams. I don't make hardly any of my money on live streams. It's generally on like VODs and AdSense and stuff like that. Oh, and VTubers too. Yeah. I'm milking you. Thank you, Al Hours.
if I know and I pull numbers and he's pulling similar numbers, But he got niggas that I don't got nobody to pay for what I'm doing on this. That's why when I hire people, I like to hire them for the brand, because those are long. Like I don't even look at what you're earning me back. But with Adam, when you're hiring people for a motherfucking channel, you have to look at that. Do you get what I mean? So cool. How do you go to sleep every day? And by the way, this should change. Like the live streaming should change. It changed before I even came over to YouTube. I just like YouTube because it be giving the most numbers. I always told you live streaming don't really pay me at all. But
yeah, Fresh and Fit. Am I making this up? I think there's, yeah, thanks Envy for the $20. I think you can see it. When I was on the show, were they getting like $10,000 some of those nights of super chats, or am I making that number up? I feel like it was like they were getting $10,000 some nights on just on super chats, which was like insane. It was at least 5K. Yeah, I think it was a lot.
But it's the same with Adam. That's why he switched to pre-recorded. That all makes sense. He's not getting paid that much money, so he's losing money. Oh, we're switching to pre-recording because niggas curse on live, and as soon as you curse on live, that shit's limited. It's done, right? No matter how long you're on for. I said it's done, right? So nobody want to acknowledge these things. He's not making money. Now, how would you feel as a businessman when you got to pay these guys over $100,000 a year, and then they go home and basically all the drama that's probably giving you headaches and this and third that's not contributing to you getting money, they go home and talk about it and add additional stuff and make it probably even worse for inter-office relationships. It was probably not.
There's no way Adam was paying all those guys 6 figures for them to record like 2 shows a week or 1 show a week. Was that really the case? I guess it's possible. I don't know of any that's been publicly released. Wow, Bobs, thanks for the $15, my dude.
Sustainable, I'm trying to tell you. Now, granted, there's a lot more other ways to make money. It probably was making some money on Facebook, definitely was making some money on Snapchat, also some other ancillary deals. I'm not acting like, and by the way, I'm not acting like that's not the only way people make money, right? So the live stream. So if you're wondering why he cut the live stream is cut because, or why they started doing pre-recording, don't make no money doing live streams really no more on YouTube. Twitch pays way more on live stream compared to YouTube. YouTube used to pay a lot.
That's true.
It's done. So now you have a nigga who has 8 people on salary have to make the decisions. What do you want him to do? Just keep paying because that's the homies? Or, now again, should he have communicated right with them? Duh. But he got to make a choice. Yo, bro, this shit is not even really worth it. Let's move from live to pre-recorded, but also when we have drama and shit in the office, we need to monetize off of it. And I don't know, let's do some shit where we get a therapist, blah blah. But it got.
Would you sign a deal if Adam offered you to be a co-host? The problem is Melina doesn't really want to live in LA again. I don't know if I would really want to live in LA again, because Melina doesn't like the weather. Also, the time zone sucks for streaming, because you're not connecting as well with your European audience. And then the yeah, those were the 2 bigs. It was time zone. Time zone was a big one, and then I think time zone is actually the biggest one. Wait, there must have been and then Melina likes like the tropical weather, the beach, all that shit here. Yeah.
Got to be all on this channel that it could make it value what I'm paying y'all in salary. Like, what? Y'all gonna be mad at him for that?
To be honest, I think a lot of that could have been your mic's kind of acting up.
Have you thought? Oh no. To be clear,
I think a lot of that could have been
rage.
Adam is not giving me any offer or anything at all. That's not the case at all. Sorry, I didn't mean to put it. If you think I did. Isn't Miami and LA literally the same weather? No, LA is a desert. Southern California is a desert. Miami is tropical. So in LA, because of the probably proximity to the ocean, the temperature in LA, in my opinion, is perfect almost all year round. It's very moderate. It doesn't get very humid. Sometimes there's a little bit of rain. Sometimes it gets a little chilly. Sometimes it gets a little warm. But for the most part, Southern California weather is beautiful year-round, but it's a desert. It's pretty dry. Miami is tropical, very humid, lots of swamps, very fucking hot in the summer, not very cold in the winter. Like, yeah, I think the climates are quite different, I would say. What is the better women for you? Probably LA, but that's all good.
But negated if he was actually a good friend and actually was paying attention to what other people was doing around him, instead of being very dismissive to what the other people were doing until it got so big that it
bro, he's always been the non-people person.
I feel like Ak is a pretty smart guy. Yeah, it just seems like everything he says is like pretty. It feels like he's got a lot of experience. He knows what he's talking about generally.
Here's the thing. Now, this is where
I wonder if he's going to talk in here. I wonder if Akademiks thinks that people were really mad about Adam laughing at that slave owner joke, or if people or the Richard Spencer shit, or if he thinks people are just hyping it up. I think people are just hyping it up. They're just like looking for shit to get mad. I don't think anybody actually gives a f. I wonder what his opinion will be on that if he goes into it.
I depart from rocking with his stance. I understand the business stance. I knew it was going to get here. I see these things 10 years before it happens. What I think makes his friends feel a certain type of way is because he's pivoting from African American content or content that involves culture or utilizing African American faces to now what the new meta is on. And I said this to him. I said the new meta right now on YouTube, you trying to get a shit ton of views, is to have racists talk to non-racists, misogynists talk to non-misogynists, sexists talk to non-sexists, transgenders talks to transphobia people. What is he doing? Hey, here's this trans, talk to this person who hates trans. Here's this Nazi, talk to this person who don't like Nazi. That's the fucking meta.
That's kind of true. Like the Jubilee shit is popping off, like the bridging divides and shit. I still think there's a lot to be made, like in partisan stuff. I think he's got a little bit of a blind spot here. Like there's still other stuff you can do too. But this is kind of like, especially for like a cultural crossroads kind of podcast, where like I don't think you could say like the NoJumper audience is like all conservatives or all liberals or whatever, right? Like they're largely, I don't want to say apolitical, but it's probably like a mixed mash of people that aren't strictly political. This is probably a unique area for them to explore. They would be well suited to.
Telling you what it is, the meta right now is not, and this is where I think you would have probably had a hard time telling the people in NoJumper. There was a meta before where he was, you could call it exploiting or whatever, when it came to gang politics. That ain't the meta no more. Nobody gives a f. It's over. Nobody cares. It's done. Nobody cares. YouTube and move on. Right now, YouTube is, are you debating Tate, relationships, transgenders, racism, all of that. That's why everybody is trying to get into this fresh and fit, just pearly things like this Rogan-esque conspiracy. I'm telling you, that's nigga, I've been on YouTube for over a decade. I know what the meta is. I just make sure I'm the best at doing what I gotta do, that I don't gotta do weird shit. Like when people think of news, people think of act. If they didn't think of me like that, I'd have to pivot too. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what's happening with Adam, he's been abandoning hip hop. That it's not making me no money. What's making me money? Go look at his channel for views, my nigga. Like, bro, I wasn't just clowning Sharpie for not getting no views. Go look at NoJumper for.
All right, guys, I just wanted to give you a little.
Bro, look. Bro, he's trying to give niggas who are rappers, like, look, he did an hour interview. I don't know who Cash Kid is. It's probably a rapper. He did an hour interview with the nigga 10 hours ago, 10K views, bro. You think, bro, Adam gets a lot of money from doing other things. And this is what I was trying to tell people. What Adam is doing now is that Adam, the loop.
What Adam needs to do, if Adam really cared about the hip hop community and he wanted to start black voices and he wanted to put the black community back on the map, he needs to bring in SoundCloud rappers that are up and coming, and then he needs to have them react to classic white guy rock songs for the first time. Boom! Now you saved the old audience, you bridged it with that stupid fucking trend of like, black guy hears Pink Floyd for the first time and is like, whoa, is that a guitar? Because that was a huge exploding trend on YouTube for a while as well. And then there you go. Bro, I just printed the next like $400,000 that Adam's gonna make on his next 5 YouTube videos. There you go, boom.
Thing in Adam life that is added, like for example, it's always been like that. Even I'm actually in spirit with y'all. Like before I had a Spotify deal, anything that had to do with anything I wanted to like hire or whatever with was fueled and probably it was funded by my existing relationships with labels that I had big money coming in from, and also my YouTube. Now, granted, whatever I was paying or whoever I was paying had nothing to do with those things. Those things exist without it. So I'm taking a loss because as a business, you got to compartmentalize. So Adam's maybe bringing in $10 million, right? $10 million coming in. Yo, probably even more, right? Well, let's use $10 million. Let's say he makes $8 million off porn. Then he makes $2 million off of...
The prime days of hip hop were definitely 2016, 2019. It's all washed up and doesn't garner the same excitement that it did with the big names. Yeah, this is so like I only know what I know from like literally like reading NoJumper comments in the subreddit and stuff like that. So it's hard for me to it's hard for me to say for sure because obviously these are my communities. But from what it sounds like is for a while, Adam 22, they had a lot of hip hop culture on their show, and that stuff was like booming. People wanted to see like up and coming SoundCloud rappers and shit. People wanted to see like these kinds of like no name guys go on these shows, get big or whatever, and that was like cool. But apparently that scene is like super dead now over the past like even I think like few years. Like the interviews don't pull many views. Nobody gives a fuck about a lot of these guys. It's a lot of it is just like kind of like petty drama and dumb shit. But that era is kind of past, and now Adam is I think like looking for like, well, he owns a studio, he's really successful, what kind of new content does he want to pivot towards? But now as he tries to pivot towards something else, understandably a lot of the fans that he picked up, a lot of the black fans that he picked up are like, well, this is bullshit, I didn't come here for this shit, I want to watch like I need more rap interviews. But those just don't, there's just not that much hype around it anymore, you know? That's like the general, I'm not telling you what's happening. That's what it seems like is happening. But I don't know. I'm not part of these communities, but that's what it comes off as when I read like comments and shit on their sub and everything.
NoJumper shit. But he's in the hole $3 million on NoJumper shit. What does that mean? You have to take $1 million from your porn shit to fund NoJumper shit. Now, why would you do that? Now, maybe some things are your passion project. Maybe you have a long-term goal for that shit, right? But the more you lose money, the more you're gonna get towards like, if I'm gonna lose money on some shit, I wanna make sure it's what I wanna do.
Yeah.
Adam realized like, yo, bro, like I'm not gonna keep paying for this hip hop shit constantly. Bro, I'd rather just hear trannies discuss what they gotta discuss. I'd rather hear Destiny and some other discuss. So he probably said, bro, I gotta make a change. I have zero problem with what Adam did business-wise. You got to understand that part. I only have a problem with how he deals with people. You should know that AD put his life, put his reputation, probably stood out there for you a lot of times, and you need to treat that man, and you should also be very apparent and very good to him in a way that even if there is a leeway where it's like, yo, hey, we're eventually gonna have to stop having you on the channel because we're pivoting, he should be the first to know, he should be comfortable, he should like play this. You know, I never said nothing about Complex. Bro, they told me, they said, Ak, are you gonna sign this next contract? If you do, most likely we might cancel Everyday Struggle after the 6 months. If you don't, well, in the next 3 months, we're probably gonna wrap it up.
The only hard thing here, and maybe he'll talk about this, is here's something that I've noticed happening in business. I notice it happening, me, other people, I see this happening. This is gonna be a 1% problem, so most of you aren't gonna give a fuck about this, but who cares? There's a weird phenomenon where like, you start a business with some friends and you guys are like, let's go into this shit, it's gonna be awesome. And you start it and it's fun and it's cool and it's popping and it works and that's amazing. But as the weeks go on and then as the months go on, and if you make it that far, as the years go on, what you'll start to notice is you aren't all built the same. Some of you might be really driven to push that business as far as it can go. And others are like, bro, I'm vibing. It was cool when it started and I just want to kind of like chill here. And they don't have the same drive to push. And I think you run into this area sometimes where you want to push really far and you want to keep going with the brand, but you've kind of got like, you know the lyrics, right? Like, I'm still here with who I started with. Well, the people who you started with don't have that same drive. And managing that is always really awkward, right? Do you dump your friends? Do you stab them in the back for business? Or do you keep the anchors that are holding you back and never go as far as you could? Like, that's always a really, really, really contentious area to navigate in terms of business and friendships. Also because
Adam also
the guys
put
that
himself
you
in this dangerous position with the LA gang members. He was constantly being pressed on who he interviews when he's the boss.
Okay, I don't know how much that matters anymore. But yeah, it's just really hard because the people you start these businesses with, they're going to be your friends and stuff too. So it makes things really complicated. It's like a treacherous terrain to navigate. Yeah.
Decisions in your hands because you are the guy for Everyday Struggle. Bro, I knew it ahead of time. Okay, whatever decision I made, it gave me enough time to go plan my next move. I can't be mad at Complex, bro. They made a business decision. They allowed me to make the decision on my end on what the timing was. bro, we can't be mad at Adam because the dude's left, bro. Like, no way. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm happy for AD. I'm happy for T-Rail. I'm happy for everybody else. But Adam made a decision. And again, I'm not him. He has different wants, different things he's interested in, right? Look at this. Anti-porn activists try to convince Adam and Destiny that porn should be illegal or whatever the case is, right? Bro, he likes those debates. That's just what it is. Even then, it still does better than when he talks to rappers. He don't like talking to rappers no more. It doesn't do anything for him. He still gets shitted on. Fuck it. Like, you know what I mean? Call it culture vulturing. Yeah, I could call culture vulturing. I wouldn't even have a problem if I did. But I'm just trying to tell you why I understand and I feel bad for him on a business level, because everybody's going to get to this point. You know what? When I communicated with him the day before AD came on here, I said, yo, I hope if I ever hire a bunch of employees and shit gotta go like this, I hope I'm seeing just like how Dave Portnoy's seen when it came to him handling the stuff with Barstools. Because Dave Portnoy lost Alexandra Cooper, who went to Spotify with a $60 million deal, and Sophia Franklin, who later said that just Dave Portnoy just was offering them a robbery deal, and he was so transparent that nobody hated him. Everybody said, bro, yeah, you couldn't afford it. You gave them the best option. You tried to work it out. You were fair. We still fuck with you. We still fuck with you. That's as much you can do as a boss. Yo, every boss is gonna be an asshole at some point, right? You're just hoping that you don't want to exactly do it like Joe Budden, but you don't want to do it like Adam either. But these decisions that they had to make was one of the same. Let's talk about Joe Budden. I'm dropping an episode today. Me and Joe, we're talking about all type of stuff. Joe Budden had to go through some of the same stuff with these guys. Joe said it. He finally said it. He never told me ever before, but I always just speculated. I knew. He finally said it on the pod. Bro, these guys never knew what the Spotify deal was. They never had any relationship with it. I was shocked that they were talking about it like they did on the pod. I never knew. I always was like, okay, you guys are talking like you know. Well, I hope you also know that I've been telling you that there's beef with Spotify.
Uh-oh.
He basically said these niggas never knew shit. So when these guys
Joe Budden is his friend. Yeah, we listened to him talk to Adam yesterday. I didn't know they were friends.
What their role was, and then they're like, I thought they came like sharp. Yo, I thought we were partners. No, motherfucker. You have a profit participation, but it doesn't mean you own part of the show. It doesn't mean none of that. Everybody has like this warped type of thing, but this is what someone This is
also why when it comes to shit like this, if you're listening, if you take any business advice from me, oh my God, if you don't have it in writing, it don't mean shit, okay? Friend DAs and all these like friendship agreements, if you're starting a business and some serious money starts to get involved, you gotta get that shit in writing, or at least be like getting paid until you've got shit in writing, because don't ever assume that you own shit if it's not on paper. If it's not on paper, you don't know shit, okay?
Who has a business has to deal with. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sit
the guy
here
who got bumped by the Migos on television.
Adam for that. Now, the pedophile shit, that's his own shit, okay? Shit, I asked that nigga, I said, you want to get on here to talk about it? He told me, he said, he says, yeah, I will. He said, not right now. He says, bro, I'm just not in the best shape to talk about shit like that right now. He's like, just give me a time, I really appreciate it. Bro, I'm gonna give you some time. Like, nigga, you ain't ducking it. Nigga, you'll get on here at some point, or we link up, we gonna talk about it. I'll press him exactly how y'all want me to press him. But I'm not gonna try to formulate this whole like, yo, Adam's the bad guy because of how the company went. Bro, no company gets ran like that. I keep trying to tell y'all. He got homegrown talent, and I know some of y'all probably like, move the fuck on. But I'm giving y'all the whole routine, bro. You got homegrown talent versus you got like talent that comes in elsewhere. Bro, TMZ does not allow, it could be a fan favorite. They can't go start a podcast. They can't go like stream. They can't do any of that.
That's true. If Adam wanted to be a huge dick, he could have non-competed the fuck. Well, actually, are non-competes enforceable in California? I'm not sure, but he could have pressured them like, bro, you're not gonna go do shows after this. Like, it is nice that like they're gonna do shows. Hopefully, everybody's still on good terms, and it sounded like that based on what Adam said to Budden, that like everybody's still kind of on good terms. They can do shows. Maybe they'll fuck with each other in the future, but. Yeah, I remember for Riot, for the longest of times on Riot, they weren't even allowed to have other, what was this guy's name? Freak. Like Freak and a lot of the like blue chip employees at fucking Riot, they weren't even allowed to have YouTube channels or streams. They weren't. They literally were banned from it because Riot didn't want them building their own like brands and businesses and stuff. You know.
You know why they can't do any of that? Because TMZ feels like that would be taken away from their business and taken away from potential money they could make. Adam allowed his people to do that. Obviously, they ain't signed no contract with him.
Akademiks and Destiny link up is needed.
I definitely agree with T-Rel. He should have definitely approached them and said, bro, yo, I see y'all shit growing, and you know, y'all all kind of started from here. Let's just all combine. You know what I mean? Like, it'll be part of the NoJumper universe. Y'all still own y'all shit. And whenever, you know, we all support each other, we could probably leverage y'all brand, y'all leverage my brand, and we could get some bigger deals in the future. That shit would work. That's what I've been saying. That shit would work. But this whole thing, go ahead.
Now, separate from, I hear what you're saying, and I finish like you. I wasn't really paying attention because again, I already watched them. They shit that much, so I didn't realize he stopped doing the live shit. But we seen Adam try to make a pivot before to back to like his side of shit. Do you think this is a pragmatic way to like continue the brand though?
Yeah.
You think like this will be sustainable?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely sustainable, but Adam got to stop half-assing it though. And when I talk to him,
what do you mean by that?
You got to stop half-assing it, bro. You want to go into content that's political. You want to go into content that has to do with dating. You want to go into content that has to do with debates. And most of these debates are very strong among the cis white male. Like, stop hiring these niggas then, because you can't. You love bringing Destiny on a show that you can't put none of your star host to debate with him or even to host him. You can't. Flacco's is stuttering like you can't have him with Destiny. So nigga, hire some dudes who could actually complement the content you want to do. If you're gonna hire black niggas or niggas who are cultural, be willing to do cultural content. Don't hire niggas and then want to do content about transgenders. It just doesn't matter. Like, that's not even where their mind is at. They want to talk about what them and their friends are talking about. Yo, YSL trial. Oh shit, this happened with this person. This is what's relevant to their life. Your content, like, it's fine. They're gonna call you a culture vulture no matter what, my guy. Like, yo, like Adam, you're white. Like, they're not gonna look at you like you've held it down. If you're making the pivot, just make the pivot. You've also said that people who looked at y'all as, you know what I mean, the underground interview space, there's mad more competition and y'all don't even aim to be that. So leave it alone. Look at the views. If you look at the views, you know where you're gonna see the views is at? The views is at anytime y'all have Destiny on the channel, anytime y'all have some debates that kind of don't have a lot to do with hip hop. Bro, just go that realm. And there's nothing wrong with if you ask me to go that realm. This Destiny Richard Spencer interview, one of the biggest ones you've seen in a while. Look, Destiny, John Zerka. I don't even know who Zerka is. Look, these are the biggest joints on the channel. I don't know if y'all know about the PBD podcast. That's kind of in the realm where I see Adam going, and I don't think there's a problem with it. My thing to Adam is you don't have to try to appease everybody. Like, don't hire a fake AD if you're not still trying to do LA content. I think there was a meta for NoJumper. He was doing a lot of like LA gangbanger content. That shit is not it no more. He's off of it. But also, I can't even blame Adam because everybody who worked for Adam, we all know white people. When white people get done with a toy, they throw it to the back. They don't keep trying to play with it because they feel sorry for it. It's over. Y'all seen Toy Story? It's a dub.
Jeez. He
played around with the LA gang culture shit for a little bit. All right, you be for you, you do this, you do this. All right, let me find out about you, Crip Mac, blah, blah. All right, it's done. I'm moving on. It's over. Which I won't. Like, that's what it is. That's what white people could do. We're not saying that he was doing it on some malicious shit, but yo, he's focused on some other shit now. What, you gonna get mad? I'm just telling you the truth. So I'm just not mad that he's switching up the content. I just think that he just should. If I'm him, I would look to get people like Destiny and other people on the platform.
He's probably right. I'm saying all this like half, because I don't know the inner workings or like all the announcement shit they make. But if Adam does want to switch to more political content, he probably needs to be more overt about it. Like make an announcement or say like, hey, we're doing this direction, instead of kind of doing like, you know, like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I guess that's what Ak is saying. I guess like the impression is, and he's still trying to hire people that are not like in the wheelhouse of the content that Adam wants to do. And that's probably never going to work. You're going to have to eventually, like, you can't live in both worlds. You're going to have to make a choice.
And there is a big lane for that. And by the way, I think there's an upside in views for that. I think where he's stuck in an interesting situation is that it's only the niggas that you could get to pay, and they'll be okay with the pay to constantly do content for you. But none of them could, like, Destiny's not gonna take a job there. Destiny streams every day. Destiny got a whole situation. You get what I mean? So, like, you know, maybe the Zerka nigga, but you can't pay Destiny to be the next AD or T-Rail. Like, he got too much.
That's kind of my question when it comes to sustainability too.
But now, you know what he got to do? He got to go find people in that content space. You got to go find the young Sneakos. You got to go find the young Destinies. They exist. They're on streams. They exist. But this is a hard right you're making from hip hop. Do you get what I mean?
No, I don't think what you mean. I feel like he was using hip hop as the base for his channel in the first place, and granted, he always wanted to do content that was.
No, that's a fact. No, like, and that's why I think I'm gonna be honest. As much as you say that, I don't think he's that much of a shitty person where he ain't feel guilty about it. I think that's why he was trying to wean it out. Mm-hmm. Bro, I think he's been trying to do this for a while, but like, if he really just didn't give a fuck, he would just fired everybody already.
Yeah.
I think them niggas quitting gave him a sigh of relief. Like, woo, okay, let me just chill, let me get through the storm, and after I get through the storm, I'll rebuild.
Rebuild his shit.
At the end of the day, everybody keeps saying NoJumper, T-Rel, and AD. NoJumper is Adam 22.
That's true.
He's gonna be
damn, yeah.
Fine, yes, he's gonna take a hit. Yes, the sub's gonna be down, the view's gonna be down. But just like with NoJumper, again, just like with Joe Budden, a year later, y'all fall in love with the other dudes. He has a formula. It's gonna work. My only thing is, if I'm him, you see what I see what you're trying to do. You don't need to make it like, you don't need to do hip hop any favors. Just do this. You get what I mean?
I hear what you're saying. Like, if you're gonna abandon it completely.
Just abandon it completely, bro.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Like, yeah, you're gonna still do some shit with some women, right? Because, you know, obviously they got a plug talk, this and third. But shit, like, it was clear when he was talking about it, like, nigga, Sharp's a bum. That nigga got 36,000 views. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know what this is, but it's got 7.3 thousand. They ain't making him no money. But he was pointing, like, he was picking and choosing, like, oh, that show don't make me no money, when he was trying to get rid of those people. None of this shit not making you no money.
I would have taken the second channel approach, to be honest. I don't know, August. Imagine you're doing NoJumper's channel and Adam comes to you and he's like, hey, we're gonna make a second channel and you guys are gonna be over there while I do like my star content on this one. I don't know if they would have, I don't know if you're on that. It would have been the same when he was talking about moving AD to like the Off the Tuesday show or whatever, right? Or whatever fucking show it was. I think it would have gone about the same, I think. And then you also got to figure, like, I don't know if he wants to invest in this type of content. Like, he might want to use that studio for other things too. I'm not sure. No, his politics shit on the second channel? Oh, I mean, I don't know. Does he want to build a whole new second channel while his like primary investment and everything is driven in this like big channel for the first one? I don't know. It might not actually matter that much because, yeah, I don't even know how much subs on YouTube even matter anymore. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered. Maybe he could have started a second channel for NoJumper Politics. But do you lose something on your branding there by doing like NoJumper Politics, or do you just want it to be associated with like the main channel? I'm not sure.
And the majority of the views is gonna come from this whole bullshit with people like Destiny and Richard Spencer. That's just how it is.
What's up, Peace Code? You want to chat, buddy? I just tuned in. Destiny's getting older, and partnering with someone like Adam would be investments into the futures. Adam is already really successful doing what he's doing. I'm pretty successful doing what I'm doing. I don't know if we would ever partner ever. I think we would just work together on things. Like if he wants me on his show, or I guess if I ever asked him to come on my show or whatever, but I don't know if we would ever like partner. I don't know if there's anything for, like, why would either of us do that? I'm not sure. Unless he wants to do plug talk. Haha. How do your videos get so many views at 600k subs and a 4.6 million sub channel like NoJumper gets less? Or DGGR is just more consistent fans or what? My engagement on everything is really good. I don't know why, I'm just a special cool guy. I'm not sure. What I want to say is, like, I think I do a decent job at moving along with like what's kind of like hip, as opposed to doing the same type of content for years and years and years. It feels like those channels die. But I feel like if that was true, then I feel like I'd be even more prone to having dead subs because you've moved on from content you've done in the past. I'm not sure. Maybe because August might have thought about this more, or have a better idea. Maybe it's because I do a good job at building kind of like my channel and my brand is very much like built around me. So if you like me for one type of content, you're probably gonna like me for other types of content too. It's not just like here's like a political idea or here's like a current trend that you'll like my commentary on. Hopefully you get more attached to me as like a creator, I guess, but.
Yo, Mike, come on. You got this.
Oh, hold on, my bad. My bad. I was wiping some shit off. Pause. Wait.
Exiting narrator.
What the Yeah, I don't know what the just happened.
C.
See.
What the
Exiting narrator.
Okay.